Hi there, welcome. My name is Latifah, and today we are talking about 16 things that you can actually do to make your house look luxurious, expensive, no matter your decorating style. The great thing about today's tips is that they're kind of universal. So no matter your decorating style, these tips are going to increase the quality and feel of your home. But wait, what if you don't know what expensive looks like? Don't worry, that's okay. Everything is under control because guess what? You can actually teach yourself. Go to a furniture store that is near you, or even an interior designer that you love or is your favorite. Try to pick ideas from how they decorate their spaces. Try to see and look how they space and place their furnitures together, and how they put items all together, and get ideas and inspirations from those things. Also look for magazines that can inspire you to get ideas on how to decorate your house. Another way is also going to social media handles of interior designers or furniture stores that you like, and trying to get ideas on some of the things they have and they have put together, and so that you're able to pick a few things here and there to incorporate in your home. Another great and obvious source of inspiration is definitely high-end hotels. So if you've been to high-end hotels, definitely you have an idea on how to decorate a space or even make your space look luxurious and high-end. So if you've not been to such hotels yet, then you can always go to the internet, try to Google a few names here and there, and try to see what they have, and pick a few ideas to inspire you to decorate your space in a good way. Let's get to tip number 1. One of the things that I've actually noticed with high-end spaces and luxurious homes is that they use neutral colored furnitures as their base pieces, and then incorporate different colors to accessorize their spaces with. So the good thing and the advantage of this is that once you get bored with one particular color scheme that you have in your house, then you can definitely go and change it, and with no so much expense into it, you've gotten a different and a new look and a fresh look to your space. So neutral furnitures are definitely a way to go if you want that grand look. On-point window treatment is definitely one of the important things that you need to consider if you want to have a very luxurious and an expensive home. So one thing that you need to consider is try to ensure that you avoid short curtains. So make sure instead you make your curtains long enough to touch the floor, and also make sure to extend your curtain rods towards the ceiling or close to the ceiling and wide away from the window frame. In that way, there's enough space and enough light and air that is coming through the windows, giving it that grand end finish to your space. Molding and trims are definitely one of the ways also that makes your house look expensive and very custom made. But there's one thing that people actually forget. You need to consider if this house is old or even traditional, then in that case you cannot put modern trims and molding to them. So it's very simple, guys. I know that molding is a personal choice, but you guys, that there are particular guidelines and rules that need to be followed, especially when it comes to molding. So try to be very critical. Try to know the kind of a house you have. If it's a traditional home, then try to go for traditional moldings and trims. If it's an old house, try to look for vintage molding and trims that you can actually use to that space to elevate the look and to make it more alive and fresh. If it's a modern house, then definitely go for those modern trims and moldings that are going to make your house look modern and fresh. This is one of the ways that I've found or I've realized that makes a space look very expensive and high-end. Other than wallpapers, which definitely make that place look beautiful, there are other ways that you can actually do to treat your walls to and make them look beautiful. And if you're not a fan of wallpaper, or if you feel that maybe wallpaper is a bold move for you, then I would recommend going for those neutral colors and small patterns just to get used to the idea of wallpaper. And if you feel that maybe going to a bigger room to do a wallpaper is a big step for you, then why not try a smaller room for starters and see how it goes for you. Definitely it's going to give you that nice feel of a high-end space for your house. But other than wallpaper, as I've said, there are other ways of doing wall treatment to your wall, such as mirrors is a fantastic way to make your house and home look high-end and expensive. And I've also noticed that not only does a mirror serve its main purpose, but also it acts as a decorative piece and object to your home. And the good thing about this is that mirrors make or brighten your space, especially if you go for big and wide mirrors. They are going to open the space through the reflection that you get out from the outside to the house inside, and this makes the house look bigger and brightens the space as well. So there are so many options and different shapes and designs out there of mirrors, so I would recommend to try and play around and look for something that integrates well with the design that you have in your home and bring it to, you know, complete that design style for your home. In that way, you're going to get a very nice and expensive look to your house. Most of these acts well if you're not a fan of large art pieces, then I would recommend using large mirrors to decorate your space. In this way, it's still going to give you almost the same effect, but also with other added advantages to it, giving the illusion that a space is bigger and all that. So one tip that I can actually give you is that when you're going to shop for a mirror to decorate your house with it, then definitely consider going for the largest mirror that you can find in the shop, and of course putting it or setting it near the window where it's going to reflect light into the house, and definitely giving it that illusion of that nice airy feel to the space. So this is one way to actually make your house look grander and look expensive as well. Large art pieces command attention. They bring, or rather they are the main focal point of the room, and they kind of bring that gallery art vibe into your space. And nothing speaks of grand or expensive like art into your house, or large pieces of art into your house. So try to get as large art pieces as possible and, you know, display them in your home. So one pro tip that I can give you when you're going for art pieces is try to look for the largest art piece that you can get. And if you feel that art pieces are expensive on your end, this is something that you can always DIY for yourself, or even look for someone that is maybe new to the business or in the industry to design it for you at an affordable price. And one thing that you also need to consider is that when you're trying to hang your large art piece in your house, go for rooms that you know people are going to be in them most of the time, so that they're able to interact with the art piece, and of course create a conversation through that nice and huge art piece as well. So if you are a fan of grouping art pieces together, then I would recommend you go for big art pieces still and avoid going for the smaller ones. So in this way, you still have your grand look, high-end finish, and an expensive look to your space. The next tip is definitely updating your hardware and fixtures. The room that is definitely going to benefit the most is the kitchens and the bathrooms. So updating your fixtures or hardwares may mean swapping out your switch plates, cabinet handles, doorknobs, furniture knobs, your curtain rods, etc. If you have anything in yellow switch covers or old covers on this for the switches, definitely consider changing those and replacing them with new ones. In that way, it's definitely going to give you a nice finish and definitely making your space look expensive and higher. plants are pretty much on every list of whatever decorating style is out there. And definitely we are going to talk about it because it's true. Actually adding plants to your room kind of gives you that cozy and luxury feel into your space, but you want to make sure that you get it right from the word go. So you want to ensure that you get the size scale right from the word go, because if the plant and the pot are not proportionally scaled well, then you're definitely not going to get what you are going for. If you're not a fan of plants, then definitely go for flowers. Try to avoid large piece bouquets where they are the main focal point. What you're trying to do is to just have like a very nice settled feel to the room with flowers. So you can try to get a nice big bouquet and separate it into small pieces of bouquets, and then scatter them or sprinkle them around the house to give it that settle or subtle nice feel of the room. This will make it feel a lot more natural. In order to have a high-end feel and look to your space, you're gonna want to make or try to make things feel and look clean. There's no point of buying expensive furniture or new furniture if at the end of the day your house is still going to be dirty. We've all had an experience in a hotel whereby we've paid for the hotel, we've spent lump sum of money, and we find pieces of hair in the bathroom or even some smudges, some dust, and we felt so disappointed about the whole experience. So it's the same thing that you want to avoid in your space. So even having your own hair around the bathroom is not as pretty as you think. So try to make your space look clean as much as you can. And if you feel maybe cleaning your house oftenly is too much work, then you can also try to invest on handy machines that can help you clean or maintain your house to make it look clean now and then. So it's gonna be a lot more easier to keep things clean if you have fewer things. And I'm not saying people to go to the minimalist side of things. All I'm saying is that try to look at your space and the things you own right now and see what you don't need. Maybe ask yourself if this particular object of peace is giving me or serving me the way that it needs to be, and to add on top, is it making me happy? And if the answer is yes, definitely I would tell you by all means keep it. But the answer is no, definitely consider donating it or storing it away. In that way you have space in your room and it becomes easy for you to clean it and maintain it in a better way. It's actually really important to maintain what you have. Generally, anything that is well maintained usually feels premium, which is why new things always feel nice. It's also nice when you get your hair and nails done and you feel energized, you feel motivated to want to conquer the world and all that. It's the same thing with your house. Your house wants to be maintained in a nice way, and it wants to be cleaned often. Try to repaint your walls, try to renew and revive things in your house, and don't wait until everything has fallen down or is too bad. That's when you want to renew things. So maintaining your house actually feels nice, and when your house is well maintained, you actually feel comfortable and it makes everyone happy and peaceful. So if there's anything that you need to look at with critical eye when you're trying to make your space look high-end and expensive, is definitely your lighting situation. So the goal of your space is definitely to create focal points using light, and of course creating pools of light in areas of interest. So here are some suggestions that you can definitely look at to use and decorate your house with. So adding oversized pendant lightings is always a good idea, and this mostly would apply on the kitchen island, on a hallway, in a bedroom, in a dining area, etc. Bedside table those sconces always hang on the wall, pretty much looking chic. So use warm lighting or dimmers whenever possible, and if you're a fan of smart lighting, then I would definitely recommend trying sensor lighting. They're pretty awesome, and they're a cool way of designing your space and making it look grander and nice. Also, another thing that you need to consider is to layer your lighting. There are normally different types of lighting. It's not normally one overhead light, so try to have, if possible, an ambient light, the main overhead light, which is is the general light. Have sconces on the wall, pennant lighting, hidden lightings as well, up and down lights as well. This gives and brings some contrast into the room, and of course making the room feel more purposeful and eventful at the end of the day. Flat, shapeless pillows are not luxury. Luckily, this is an easy fix. Try to replace old and worn out pillows with new ones, and this not only makes the space look lively, but it also makes the space look grander and very high-end looking as well. So for the living room, try to also consider having different sizes of throw pillows. In that way, there's the layering and puffiness, which brings great contrast into the space and into the furniture. Moving to the room, also don't forget to layer your pillows. Make sure that they're fluffy enough, and also bring in different sizes of throw pillows and pillows to bring that contrast and make it look very nice and high-end. Keep your linens fresh. So torn old looking towels are a no, stained sheets are a no, torn sheets are a no. So if you have any of the above, please get rid of them and buy yourself new ones because you deserve it. Shop for white linens. It's easier to keep them clean and fresh. The good thing about white linen is that you can always bleach them and make them fresh and new again. And also, white linens are normally the color that hotels use, meaning it gives a very nice high-end look and finish to your room. So one way that really elevates your home and goes beyond the look is definitely scenting your space. I am obsessed with scents, and I'm a strong believer that scenting your space or your room and even your home definitely takes it to the next level. So if you've ever gone to a really fancy or luxurious hotel or even resort, you've noticed that they use very nice subtle scents in the rooms, and also in the common areas such as the restrooms and also the lounge areas. And this really elevates that place to make it feel and look more grandeur. But definitely not all hotels, because there are people who are maybe allergic or kind of fussy about the scent situation. And if you're that kind of a person, then I would definitely recommend that you skip this step. But I think I'm a strong believer when it comes to scent, because it really elevates your moods and really gives you good vibes when it comes to the entire experience of your home. That was it today. I hope that you find these tips useful, and if you'd like to keep in touch, follow me on Instagram at Latifah Lark Design, and I will see you on my next video.